All right, awesome. So we've got our step done, our 500-0.0 branch-0, and we're ready to push it to merge it to master and do our pushes and get it out there to production. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and we don't have our branch out here on GitHub yet, and that's the first thing we want to do before we do our merge. We just kind of want that safety net of knowing that it's there. So the first thing we'll do is a git status, and we can see that we're clean and we're good where we are. So we'll go ahead and do a git push origin, and we're doing the 500-0. So let's go ahead and let's push that up. And it's of course asking for my username and then my password. This is because I don't have my global set, and I choose not to have my global set. Awesome. We can see that it's pushed everything up for us, and at this point we can go ahead and take a look at what we have out here. We can see that our index is pushed up. That our branch is pushed up. Sorry about that. We have to do a quick refresh. That's where I'm getting a little lost there. And if we go and we look at our branch, we can see that we are good to go as far as our branch is sitting in there and it's ready to roll. And all is well on our repository. So let's go ahead, and if we switch back to master, we'll see that we're there. And the next thing we need to do is go ahead and merge our branch into master. At this point, we have to do a git checkout master, because we need to come over to our master branch. In order to merge to master, we have to go to master and then pull the branch into it. So we're good on master. Let's do a git status, make sure we look clean on master. Because we checked out master at this point, our local host should have changed back, which it did. Our Dreamweaver, obviously the file system changed back as well to the master branch, and we are ready to go ahead and do our merge. So the way that we do that is we put in git merge, and we tell it what branch we want to merge in, which is our 500-0, and we can see that our merge has completed with many line additions to our files, and we're good to go. So at this point, we should be able to come over here to Dreamweaver. We're still in master, you'll see, but we should see the files update. We might have to force it by saying refresh local files, and we see that all of our files came in. We'll go out, we'll take a look at localhost, and we can see that everything is there as we would expect it to be, which is awesome. And so at this point, let's go ahead and let's put in our readme file. Let's go ahead and start working on our manifest. So we'll go into Dreamweaver, right click on the readme file, and we're going to do open with Dreamweaver. And we'll go ahead and put it here inside out project 5xx step 500, and let's put branch 500-0, and of course step would be 500.0. A little confusing for some people, but you'll get used to it. What we'll add in here is just added template. Let's call that a starter template. Starter template to begin our project. We're going to go ahead, I believe we will grab that, and pulled template from there, and I think that's good enough. So let's go ahead and save that, close our readme file. And now that we've updated our readme file, which is in essence, we're keeping a manifest in there, just basically a log of changes that we do as we go along through the project, so we can track our changes and see what's going on. Now that we've added them, we know that if we run a git status, our readme file is going to be updated. So we'll go ahead and do a git add and put them in staging. If we run a status again, we'll see that they're in staging. And then we're going to do a git commit. At this point, because we're doing the commit frequently, because I just want to be consistent. And so what we're saying is merged 500 branch into master and pushing to production. The other details that they can get will be available in that readme file. So let's go ahead and commit that and run a status again, and we're good to go there. So now that we've done our merge and our commit, and we have everything in place, let's just real quick take a peek at local, make sure that that looks good. No errors, clear cache, we're good in local. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and we want to push up to master here, and we see the way that our master branch looks right now. If we take a peek at our GitHub pages, we can see that it's pointed to our master branch, and that's what's currently sitting on it as far as GitHub is concerned. So now we'll go ahead and we'll push it out to GitHub. So git push origin master. Okay, so we're pushing the master branch up to GitHub. Username, password, and our push is complete. We actually saw it kind of bump out here a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's validate our push on GitHub and GitHub Pages. If we just refresh our 5xx, we can see that everything came into our master branch. We can see that our notes are updated, and our link is there to our resource. Our link is there to our production site. And we are good to go as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and take a look at our GitHub pages. And we can actually see that our site is actually up on our GitHub pages and there and available. So at this point, we have one last thing left to do, which is to go ahead and bring it out to our production site, our 5xx site. And the way that we'll do that is we'll go into Dreamweaver. In Dreamweaver, we'll go ahead and switch to our file view. We know we're on our master branch. We can peek at our remote server, see that our files are out there, and we're good. And at this point, we can highlight the top, the root of the site, and we can say synchronize. And we can tell it that we want to get put newer files to remote. We'll do it that way this time, and delete remote files not on local drive. That way we get rid of any files out there that we don't need, and it's basically went out and took an inventory, and we can see all these files that need to be pushed up. There's no files sitting out there that don't belong, and we have 2 that need to be resolved. The way that we do this is we just basically, we know that the index has changed and we want that to go up, so we'll click on the put, and then we'll click on the readme, and we'll say put that as well. We'll go ahead and hit OK. It's a little bit of a big push, quite a few files to put up there. And we can see that it's completed now. And if we flip out, we can see our remote files are out there. If we look in here, we can see that We're reflecting the same file system, so all that's left is to go out and validate on production. Let's make sure that we have inspector open, console open, and let's clear our cache on production. And no errors. Let's test. We're running a lot of JavaScript in this, so you want to test and make sure. And everything is working as expected. So at this point, we have completed our step 500-0 and have pushed to production. See you next step.